trying to make this happen. My connection to internet's lagging, lag, and not good. Seems fine now. I have no idea why. I don't think I have any control over it. I'm gonna blame international forces of evil. Hello. Yeah. Let's roll with this, because if I have a connection I can stream, I'll stream. Yeah. What I was thinking about was art. Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. I must be tired. Have I had enough coffee? No. Right. Bots are going to play, and you are welcome to play. Meantime, let's do some art. Oh, I have not set this up at all. Goodness. Let's set this up. I need this. And I need... wait, how big is this? Sorry, looking at things. Okay. Right. Okay. I know, you can't see anything. Bots are entertaining you. Oh, why am I so tired? I think I woke up really early and did a bunch of stuff. But that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Right. Okay. What we're talking about is artwork for the tower. Specifically, a tower upgrade. We have not implemented upgrades. In fact, I really have a big design puzzle to solve in terms of how do the upgrades work, right? What are the rules of the upgrades? The idea is straightforward. Hey, player, you can also upgrade. You can upgrade buildings, you can upgrade characters. Go. And that sounds great from the player perspective. That's cool. What does it mean, though? And exactly how do those rules play out? Is it going to take away too much from the player at the beginning of the game? So much so that they don't get to see cool things. Right now, the wizard has all 5 spells, and that's a planned upgrade. Like, not having all 5 spells at first. Well, we'll figure it out, right? I'm confident about that. But what I have been doing is implementing everything as if all the upgrades are unlocked. And they are, actually. In this case, the tower has these little slots. You see this right here? I drew this in, and in fact, when you look at the construction of, the spawning of the tower is a construction effort, and it's pretty heavy. In other words, right around here, between these slots, there is a space for oil to pour out, right? Boiling oil poured from the top of the tower is able to get enemy that are down here at the base of the tower, chipping away at the tower. When you're an archer up here, you have a lot of power. But as soon as you have enemies here at the base, you can't do anything about it. They're too low. You can't hit them. And then upgrade is boiling oil appears at the top of the tower in the form of smoke and little bubbles. And if enemy is down here and you have a couple of archers, one of them can duck down and oil pours out of these slots, like this one and this one. And, lots of damage. A big puff of steam. Right? And then they can pop up and keep going. This is basically going to wreak a bunch of havoc on any of the enemy that are down here, trying to chip away at the tower. That's the plan. Pouring boiling oil is been one of the earliest ideas about upgrades at all. And I actually built it into the construction of the tower, so I kind of have to do it. Well, I did draw frames for animation, including steam and bubbles and a puff of steam when it's poured. The only thing that's left is the actual oil pouring out of these slots. So, while I was just thinking about doing this, actually, yeah, I am thinking about doing that. What does this look like? Okay, so these are two layers because, frankly, the archer needs to go in this door. They go in that door, and so they are behind an overlay. This overlay, and they're in front of the underlay, this underlay. So they're sandwiched in between these two layers, and it looks like they're inside the tower. That's the whole point. Well, I need to borrow from both of these. So it's pouring out of this slot, like right here, right? And so I want oil to pour out here. I want oil to pour out here, and I need sploosh. It pools down here for a little bit, sinks into the ground, and this is just the oil. That's all I need. The steam is already there, the bubbles are already there, everything's already there, so it's just this piece. That said, it's probably 6 frames. Let's see. 1, 2, 6 at least. 3. I don't think I can do it in 4. I think I need at least 1, 2, 3 just to show it hitting the ground. And then it's going to end 4, 5, 6, at least 6. So, let me copy these. Simple. And we'll go to town. The idea is this will be I get tired of switching back and forth between screens just to save files and stuff. Whatever. Oil pour, I think is what this needs to be called. Yeah. All right. So this is my guide. We need these, and I will throw down So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, I did these other frames off stream just now, and I'm like, you know what? If the internet is working, I will stream the art. Yeah. I get so self-conscious about, like, hey, if I have to stream, I really have to be neurotic about checking the chat and making sure I see when people come in and they're saying hi and I'm not paying attention. Well, no, I'm trying to do stuff. Please don't distract me. But I want people to come by. I just need to know if you want. I need to know if you want my attention. That's all I need to know. If you don't need my attention, you're welcome to sit here and watch this. That's exactly why I'm here. But if you really need my attention, dude, there's this command. It's called Command Tie. Just do that. It's really easy. I've had so many people come in and be like, hey, and then they duck out. And like, I don't know how else to make it more clear. There's this pinned message, but also like, you know, it's in the title of the stream. It's like name. It's just so obvious. Like, please. C'est la vie, right? Okay. So this is... Should I just start with white and then change the color later? Yeah, I don't even know what the color is. I have no idea what the color is going to be. If it's like this yellowish thing, that kind of makes sense. If it looks hotter than that and it's more orange, I think that even makes more sense. Especially if it's going to do a ton of damage, and my damage visual effects are all numbers that are in orange. So orange might be the play, but yeah. And I do have these other slots. I mean, I literally put slots on all sides of this tower. And, you know, maybe if I get fancy with it, I can drip some oil over here as well as like a major pour out here and a major pour here. A drip a little bit here I think is cool. I can do it in 6 frames, right? You know, I might get stupid fancy with it and go extra. Maybe I'll go 8 frames, yeah? This is limited animation. Like, the entire thing is pixel art and limited animation. So, it's appropriate. That said, this is one of those really cool effects. Like the spells and stuff. Okay, so let's pretend I know what I'm doing. Let's pretend. In this case, I might even do separate layers for the different slots, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna do my normal line and fill stuff, for sure. Had fun on Halloween. Streamed all day, and I haven't published anything from it because it was just they were just very long streams of keeping the game up, bots playing. The idea that people are welcome to play. I had a little costume on. It was fun. Okay, this is what I mean. Like, do I... How much of this do I... question. Okay. This is not snapping, is it? Good. Okay. In fact, I don't need the grid right now, do I? Nope, do not. Except maybe just to indicate where the ground is. It's about here. like the top of the grass comes up to about here. That's fine. I don't need it. Okay. I think the biggest pore needs to come out here first. And I'm going to have to edit this, I think, yeah. Okay, let me sketch this for a bit, because I think I don't know what I'm doing yet. Like this, and then like... Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet. It's oil. I mean, if it's like highly viscous, meaning it isn't gonna be yeah, this flowy stuff is just not gonna happen. That's not gonna be the thing. So this is wrong. Try again. Let's start with the actual motion. How about that? We need to indicate that there's something coming out here. And I don't mind this fills up the slot entirely because this is the main pore. Viscous meaning it's not going to go shooting out. It's going to be dripping down like this. Like this. Like going straight down. Like that. If there is anything coming out here, it's just tiny. Like this. Okay, let's start with that and see if that goes somewhere, because I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? I think it's splashing out here is totally fine. Like the bulk of it has poured out already. So the flowy stuff isn't happening. That's not what it is. But like spreading out and splashing a bit, that seems good. In fact, breaking it a little bit, it sounds right as well. Yeah. And this is going to be an overlay in the form of an effect. In other words, I'm going to put a sprite on top of this tower. So I'm going to be very careful that these pixels sit above the outlines that it needs to. There we go, like that. So it can just sit on top cleanly. This can be slower, meaning it doesn't travel as far. And in fact, I think it's already breaking up here. Like that. Okay. Let's pretend I know what I'm doing. Okay, at this point, I think a lot of this has already poured. So absolutely like this. In fact, wait a minute. Yeah. Where this can be falling. Okay. So this piece fell. This is now splashy splash splash. It needs to pool like on the edge of the screen. Like this, I don't have any room. I don't have any room at all. I need to do this. And that's okay. That's alright. This is now a trickle. Because the bulk of it is fallen already. Yeah, I don't have any room. Don't have any room. It's okay. It's alright. Imagine it's going to be like hugging the stone as it falls, yeah? There we go. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, right? This poured, right? And now we clean it up in 3. This can fall, we can see it fall, and that's cool. I like the idea that this drips like that. You can following the stone. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, and pooling down here, I like that a lot. Okay, this is now a trickle. And I already started a gap here, so I'm going to use that one for sure. And make this very thin. Oh, yeah, following stone. Yes. Hold on. Hold on. Like that. And now this can have a big gap in it. That's fine. That has fallen, this has fallen, this is now splat, splat. This splat over here, this pooled. This is on the floor. Okay, there we go. So yeah, at this point we need to really use the bottom edge. Cool. And this is where enemies are. They're right here, so should be pretty clear that they just got hit. Something like that. Pretend I know what I'm doing, move on. Wait, did I not? Bro. Okay. That is 3. That is 2. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where did 2 come from? Here? Okay. It's there, and so I'll just keep it down. I think all of these actually. I'll do that. Because I'm going to get rid of them the next frame, so a little bit of cooling. In fact, this is already soaking into the ground. This is now falling. In fact, that gap is now down here. And this is almost entirely gone. Following the stone, sure. And already soaking into the ground. Okay. Like this. I think that'll work. I hope that'll work. When you do limited animation, you're saved by the fact that the frames are going to go by quickly. I mean, sorry, they're going to be held, but each movement per frame is a pretty big change. So you're helped by that in the sense that you can let like big pieces of oil go at this point. Yeah, like I can do that. Example, these can be the trickle way down here. And soaking into the ground. Okay, cool. Boy, I can almost do it in 6. I can almost do it in 6. Let me think about that. Yeah, I almost could. Maybe I should try and do that. Yeah, maybe I should. I'm gonna try that. This might be okay. Right. What is the color? I mean, I've been doing fire, and I'm tempted to make it similar, but I know that's not quite right. Color's the toughest thing for me. So I'm going to spend a little more time on it. If anything, it's going to go more yellow, right? Somewhere between orange and yellow, for sure. Kinda like that. I mean, it's hot oil, so if it's just all orange, or all yellow, it doesn't quite say what I need it to say, right? Maybe it's like this, and not brown, but like not saturated bright either. Not saturated. This. That. Is this the color I'm looking at? I don't know. Let's pretend I know what I'm doing. like what I'm filling right now would be, oh, what I'm filling would be, oops, wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh, okay. Okay. Clearly, I didn't count this. Oh, had enough coffee yet today. So what I'm feeling is like the main color, and I think it needs like, I don't know, the brighter outline actually looks good. Different. And hot. It actually looks hot. Probably not going to go pure white like that, but yeah, the color is working so far. So far that's working. Okay, I did not do this longer though. I still need to upgrade, but I like a better tablet. But I did get a different upgrade, and it turns out to be helping me here too. It's unexpected, but cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I like this actually. I think this color needs all kinds of tone and things to help, but I like the color. What am I looking at here? Why is this? Oh, brother, come on now. I merged this when it was semi-opaque. Damn it. Can I reclaim this? Not really. Please? I'd like to have this back, please. Dude, I did the same thing here. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, this actually doesn't quite look the same. Right? Go. Yeah. Dum-dum. Okay. And this will all be reduced, of course. We We do that for all of our art in this project. It'll blend well. I do that here in GIMP, as opposed to letting Unity's compression do that. Okay, so I'm reasonably happy with the color now. I think the outline color should be close to white. I think that's necessary. Oh, what am I drawing? Okay. All right. I might need these frames, but I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Okay, let's figure out the line color. It's probably something like this. I wanted a faster way to do this. Maybe it is. I don't know. Sure. Mm-hmm. I can see it. The other effects like steam, bubbles, and the puff of steam that comes when this hits the ground, there's going to be a puff of steam. So all that together, every one of those effects is moving slowly. Like each frame is held for a lot longer. It's very limited animation. So I'm okay with this being 6 frames because I think we're showing... Why doesn't that look like it's the right color? It is though, right? Yeah, okay. So this would be the last frame. In other words, it goes away. And I think that's okay. But I'm questioning it so much, I'm going to do some insurance. I'll do that, but I'll keep these frames separate so I can play with it. I don't know if I'll need them. I don't know. In case I do, I have them. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, actually I do want, especially on like frames like this, that's too much. Is it too much of a space with a single color? I don't know. I want tone. That's what I'm talking about. I want to put tone on this thing. And I don't know. Sketch it out on this single frame first. I think that's probably the direction I'm going to go. Probably. Okay. So now I have these frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I might actually go to 8. But I want to test this out first. Okay. If I were to do tone, and I started with this color, now I'm getting closer to more saturated, more brown. Yeah, somewhere around here. Yeah. And if I do that, well, let's test it out here first, I guess. There's tone that indicates a shadow as well. Because it's pouring out of this slot, right? Do I need tone on the line? I'm not noodling effects, you're noodling effects. Yeah, something like this would help a lot, actually. Might be too much. Oops. Yeah, at least that. Actually, that might be all I need. But now I definitely want to put tone on this line. Because I think it's appropriate to have the darker on the darker where it's coming out of this hole here. Because that doesn't exactly read until I do that. So I'm talking myself into, let's see, what's the difference between this and this? Okay. I'm going to pan that. Yeah. I'm talking myself into an extra color. In fact, am I doing this? Oh, that would be cool. Oh, I kind of like that. It starts to look like egg. It does. It kind of looks like egg. Okay, I don't know. Am I doing this? How am I doing this? I like adding this tone to the line, actually. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, now this reads as a highlight, actually. Um, boy, this looks so much different than everything else that I've done. And I haven't decided if that's a good thing yet. You know? So the highlight really helps, actually, and I hadn't thought about that. I'm kind of doing a highlight backwards. But I think I like where this is going. I'm going to continue this. I have it saved if I want to go back. Oops. When this reduces, these fine lines are totally going to disappear and be blended. So I'm doing far more detail than this art style allows. For real. Go. I mean, it's kind of looking like pouring boiling oil. Especially if I put a name on it. Oops. Okay. Can I just select this? Well, but subtracted by this. Can I do that? Did that do it? No. Don't know what that was. Okay. do the wrong color? I did. Shoot. Okay. Don't get sloppy. I think yellow is a good call. The tower is basically blue. This is hue contrast. It'll read. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the last one? No. Wait a minute. I can't get out with that. There we go. There we go. In fact, I think I can do it just toning this line here. Yep. Yeah, this is fine. Yep. Cool. Like I said, this is going to completely change when it reduces. It's going to blend together, so none of those exact colors are going to be there. It's going to blend. Totally fine, because that's the style we've been doing the whole time. Is this too... I think it is. All right. Okay. And I don't need the guide. I'm going to export these frames like this. Because it's going to overlay the tower. And then I'll do my normal processing to reduce them and all that. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Get to look at the bots. Hey bots, what's up? Let's look at some stats. Data. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of this is going to be behind characters. The rule is going to be if there are enemies at the base of the tower, and if you have 2 archers, one can duck down and pour the oil. I haven't decided if you need 2 archers yet in the tower, but that's the thought at the moment. But anyway, there's going to be... Whoops. There's going to be enemies covering up a lot of this detail. It's okay. All right. I can't predict where the enemies are going to be, so wherever they are and wherever they aren't, this oil is going to look awesome. All right. Yeah, I think it's gonna look great. I'm going to open these. Okay, and I'm gonna double check that I know the size of the tower frames that we use. 128 by 128, of course, because it's, yeah, it's the size. So, okay. So it's going to look like this, right? But as much as the tower is also reduced, we're going to reduce these frames. So, okay, so this already blended, yeah? It's going to look good. Overwrite that and move on. This is the standard processing we've been doing to every piece of art. And like I said, I've already done the frames for a bubbling, like bubbles. They kind of like appear and pop. Steam, like it's rising from a cauldron of boiling oil at the top of the tower. And a puff of steam, which is going to be more effects on top of this stuff when the oil actually pours. It's a lot, but that's the point. It's meant to be like, oh my goodness, you know, like a big old boom, crazy. So like all of this gets reduced. Blend, 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 blend. Yeah, it looks great. See, and if I picked those colors, man, that would take forever, ever to do that. Like proper pixel art. Instead, I'm cheating. It's just consistent with all the other cheating I've been doing. Yeah, see, look at it. Cool. And so to look good. Okay, so at this point, I can go ahead and close GIMP. Um, I'll open Unity. I'll import these frames. Okay. Right. So these are the frames. They've been reduced already. I'll continue to process them as we normally do. Boom. And a quick look at them. Okay, I'm gonna call that cool. I'm gonna call that really cool. I'm down with this. Oh my goodness, that's gonna look crazy cool. See, I'm glad I spent the time on figuring out like what I mentioned about viscosity and put tone on these things and even tone on the line. This made a very detailed pour. That looks great. So this first, it's very like solid, right? Because it's like shooting out of these things. Yeah. And then it begins to break up immediately. That is so cool. Sploosh. And so when enemies take damage at that point, you see a rise of steam, like it's gonna make some sense. It will read. Okay, so I need to do the usual. I have used my own shader for every piece in this game. Is there any piece that I haven't done with my shader? No, every single piece. Wow. Okay. This is called oil pour. And boop. Let's make a thing from scratch. I don't know why I like to do it from scratch. I know it's not efficient. It's just, I guess, fun. I don't know. This is weird to me. But here we go. Making sure that all these, like, there's so many settings I'm doing on this. I should not be doing it from scratch. I should be copying them. Yeah. Oil pour. And of course, we are using quads. They are minimal. At this point, I need an animation. Yes. Let's call this VFX oil pour. The frame interval. I'll bet this is actually... I actually want to show this off. I need to have it sit there for a lot longer. Play it start, yep. H flip and V flip. No. Names. Yeah. I think that's right. And, so this looks composed. I know I need to set the Z to a very particular thing because it's got to sit on top of in front of the tower, but behind characters. Yeah. It's going to be tricky. So, it is a prefab now. We can look at it. Sure. I mean, it probably would help to see it in front of a tower, but A little too slow? No, it's good. Yeah, let's put it in front of a tower. Okay, let's put it in front of a tower sprite. Yeah, because towers start clear because they're built. They're built from scratch, and so I don't want to show a frame of a tower. Shoot. Well, okay. I kind of want to see it, but that's looking cool. And the last frame is going to go away quicker than that because this is really just 0.381 times 6. 6. There we go. Yeah. So I could maybe go a little faster. I don't know. I think it looks like goopy stuff. It might be a little too slow. All right, let's speed it up and like make it go too fast, and then we'll crank it back. I'm pretty sure 0.3 would be too fast. Actually not too fast. Wow. Okay, let's go too fast, please. Yeah, I don't want it to go this fast because then you won't see it. It'll go by too fast. It looks cool as heck, though. Oops. So that's just a little too fast. We are noodling this animation, but here's the thing. I'm not going to come back and do this. Like, we are in the final phase of the project. This is like making the feature and polishing it. So I am going to get really detailed with this. This is slightly too fast. Okay. Even that's a little fast. Yeah. So Now I'm going to try and get to slow, just to confirm that this is kind of where we're at. I think this is where we're at. And the only reason it would be too slow is because, you know, I'm not going to delay taking damage. No, damage is going to happen. So I think it's this. I don't think you're going to miss it. I think it's going to be pretty clear. Literally, the enemy stands right here. Like, what we're looking at is sort of an outline of the tower. They come almost to the middle of the tower and attack the tower here, so they're right here. They're getting doused. Boiling oil, so lots of damage and the whole thing. Yeah, it works pretty well. Okay, cool. By the way, the other effects that we have bubble. 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 And this is supposed to randomize. Random flip. It's supposed to random flip and it doesn't do it. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, bubbling is part of what shows you there is boiling oil at the top of the tower. This tower has been upgraded. It's got boiling oil. That's part of what shows you. This is the other part. The steam. The steam? What happened? What? Yeah, steam. Okay, so that's bubble. Not thrilled with that one actually. May redo it. But then when there is a pour on top of everything, including the characters, there's going to be a puff of smoke, puff of steam, showing that this was hot, you know? So, yeah, I'm happy with the pour. The pour looks what it needed to look cool. I think it's cool. And what I'll do is implement this with, yeah, I know. It's going to go away as soon as I hit stop. I know. I know. I'm not going to do it. What I was going to try and do is just throw the tower on. But we've seen it. We know. It's going to look cool. I think the next steps are going to be to find the proper layering for it, because these specs all need to be at a particular spot in depth. If we look at where this game is, it's not actually 2D, it's 3D. And so a tower sits, on the game layer, and these buildings sit, so the characters are walking around here, and it's in front of the tree and all that. So the two towers need to be set back at different depths, because the back tower, an archer might walk in front of that one, but then needs to walk inside the front tower. So anyway, they're different depths, and so layering these effects based on where the tower is going to be key. That's going to take a little time. Do that. But today, what we did was some art. Effects art. Our upgrade on the tower, pouring boiling oil. Now, if I had to think, what other art we need? Oh, right, there is one actually. There is something. What? There is something. This, actually, let's just look at the texture, because I can't see the prefab. The barricade. Can I drag this on here? No. The barricade could be upgraded. And what would that be? Well, I'm thinking that a barrel sits back here behind the main log, this center log here. Behind that log is a barrel. I'm going to make it about this size, just a little smaller than a character. And I'm going to make it look like a barrel, and I'm going to make it red-ish. There's going to be something about it that says this will go boom. It's a barrel full of explosives, meaning the enemy destroys this barricade, this goes boom. Now we already have an explosion effect. That's already done. We use this for our meteor. There we go. We'll use that. But we'll use that when a barricade is destroyed, the barricade that's been upgraded. This barrel back here will be some layer on top of the barricade. And whenever this is destroyed, boom. So that's a piece of art, actually. Boy, anything else we might do? We could put some fortification on the flag, because I think what we're going to say is a flag can be upgraded so that it has more armor? I don't know. Everything else, I think, has been done. Archer has flaming arrows. The engineer is got invisible upgrade stuff, like it can repair things and has more armor. Healer, likewise. Marauder, likewise. Like, maybe it has special sword. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to increase some stats. So yeah, I think that would be the last piece of art. That would be the last piece of art. All right. I am talking myself into it. Hold on to your butts, bots. We're going to go back in. Boy, both the bots have towers now. They both have 2 towers. All the towers. You can't have more towers than that. That's all the towers. In fact, they all have archers too. Man, this must be a long game. There was a game earlier today. The bots played it for over half an hour. It's usually less than 3 minutes. Every once in a while, there's one that's over 20, and they did over 30. This is probably getting up there. Probably. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I am going to... I'm going to put this on the barricade itself. I'm going to put this on the barricade thing itself. So I will open the barricade. Okay. That makes the most sense. Okay. And it makes the most sense because I can grab all the colors and blah, blah, blah. And here's the Marauder. That's the scale of it. So I am thinking it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. It's a barrel and it's right here. Let's do that. Typing. Oh, I know I'm going to have some layers to this. Now, I don't need to do anything more than the barrel. It's a static image. Okay, I'll make it fancy, but I don't need to do anything animated. That's why I'm talking myself into it, see? It's probably not made of the same wood. It's meant to look different. I don't want you to miss that this is an upgrade on the barricade. goodness, I've been muted. What I've been talking about is an exploding barrel. You're going to know that this is an exploding barrel because it's red and it's a game. Yeah. Okay. Hey, muted is fun. Whatever. I'm going to save this and bring it into the engine, just like I've done all the other things. Well, you look at the bots. How long have I been muted? So this is the barricade barrel. That's what it is. Barricade barrel. That's why the barrel is red. It goes boom when when the enemy destroys this barricade, it will go boom. Okay, enough said. Enough said. So it's not too exciting, but again, I'm going to reduce so it matches the blending and the dimensions of the barrel. I mean the barricade. Boom. Okay. Now I'll bring this back into the engine. So what we were doing, we were sitting here in the engine and saying, oh yeah, there's just one more thing to do. And I'm like, wait a minute. I could just do that thing. So this is not actual texture for the building of the barricade. This is a visual effect. It is an overlay. And I'm going to import it. There it is. And I will do the same stuff. There we go. So it looks like that. I am going to make prefab with all the same things. Yep. Cool. I don't need any other animation. It's a static overlay. That's all it needs to be until it goes boom, which we already have an explosion. We're good. So this is a new visual effect prefab we need. Yeah. It doesn't need to do a thing. It just sits there. So yeah, that's it. I know I'm going to make use of the shader we have on all these objects. It's able to affect the color. I mean, I'm about to go crazy with the explosion animation, and I just shouldn't do that at all. So I won't. Okay, this is all it is, right? It's the right size, isn't it? Oh, yeah. That looks about right. I know it needs to be an overlay. I honestly don't know how far back it needs to go yet, but I think it's about right. So, done. So we may have just done all of the art that could be done for the upgrades, which is the last thing that we haven't implemented yet on this game. Having the art done first is kind of the opposite of what we've been doing with Shuffle Wars, the other game. I was trying a different way of doing stuff that other people swear by, and I knew was garbage, and I kind of proved the point. It is garbage. But this is the way I would normally do it. It helps me develop the game if I can see the art or if I can hear the sound. There's no sound in this game, but same principle. And so, yeah, go get those things. Put them in. Like, we'll start with just that, and then we'll put in code and make things work. But it helps in so many ways that it helps the process of development, and I know exactly what I need to code because I can see the animation or the art or the audio, for example. It helps playtesters immediately see and hear what's supposed to be going on, as opposed to Shuffle Wars, where it's sort of a mystery what the hell's going on. Although all the code works, yeah. We're going to go back to Shuffle Wars soon. And we're going to just do art for a long time. And it'll be great. But I have proven my... I had to go there and see it for myself just to say, I know that's garbage. Wait, is it garbage? And yeah, that way of working is terrible. It's called finding the fun. Whatever, I'll talk about it more when we get to Shuffle Wars. This, on the other hand, is proper, and boom, 2 months. Yeah, you can't go wrong. So I'm going to do my normal thing where I save this off and archive what we have. Wow, the bots are still going at this game? Oh my goodness. This is the same game. It has to be. Same match. Because they still have 2 towers each. That's nutty cuckoo. Alright. Well, I'll keep that running then. I want to see how far they go. Meanwhile, I'm going to save my stuff off like I normally do. And build the project like I normally do. But since nothing new is implemented, there's no reason to stop these bots, actually. Just like I have the archers using flaming arrows when they are upgraded, but it's not, I mean, there's nothing actually turning that on, but that is literally all that needs to happen, to just turn it on. I do need a lot of code and work to implement, for example, the pouring boiling oil. And then I could turn it on. But all of these are sort of sitting there in limbo because the upgrade system itself, I want to do that right. I know saying upgrade sounds cool from a player perspective, but the actual rules of it need to be thought through. Not 1,000% sure exactly what those rules are. I have a pretty good idea and a couple of options. I have lots of options, actually. We're good no matter how it's decided. We actually did all the art, for example. Like, we're good. But this is now in terms of, like, gameplay. Like, how is it best for the gameplay? And that is a game design stream that I will do. I will do that as a game design stream. But not now. Right? We just did art. That's enough nerdiness for one day, right? Man, these bots. How long has this game been going? No, really. This is like clearly one match that's been going on for a long time. Well, this one says 15 minutes. The longest match. Oh, the current match time is 47 minutes. Ooh. Brother. Wow. And the average match time is 3 minutes. So, you know, this is so wildly different, right? It could be a long game. It could be a short game. You know what would solve this issue? If one of them spawned a wizard. Bro, if one of them spawned a wizard, this thing would be over. Yeah, so far none of the matches have spawned a wizard or cast spells, obviously, so yeah, that's the missing piece of the puzzle. This dude on the right, player 2, has 8 gold. Yeah, he keeps spending them. That's the thing, they keep spending their gold, trying to keep up with the opponent in terms of marauders and stuff, so it's just marauders and archers. Like, clearly the engineers have been busy building. But, even a healer. Healer, a gang of archers. Man, what they need to do is retreat and chill for a while and gather a bunch of gold. That's what they need to do. And I know they could do it, right? It's meant to be like the best strategy is to just try and overpower the other side with the lower, cheaper troops, because you can make more of them and they're pretty darn effective. But this is sort of proving the point that, like, yes, except when you're both doing that, you can get kind of stuck, right? They're sitting here in the middle of mid-game and no one can get toward end-game because they're just too dug in with all these towers. 47 minutes. That is crazy town. Okay, there we go. One of them, like, retreated for just a moment and then they go attack. Like, they really need to save up enough gold, get a healer or a wizard. If one of them gets a wizard, I swear this thing will be over. Because any one of those spells, you know, with the possible exception of Tree Shield, would immediately make one side more powerful than the other. And they just keep spending their gold instead of saving it, right? One of them got to 11 gold and could have done it. Here's a healer. Oh, and he's going to jump up to the front of the line. Dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be dumb. Don't attack. What are you doing? You're just a healer. Brother. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my gosh, they're just going to town. Now, healers are supposed to be able to heal up at the front, so that's kind of their deal. But, man, don't be the lead guy. You're crazy. Yeah. Especially when they have this many archers defending on towers. It's crazy. So, Both got a healer going. I bet, how many healers have they been spawning here? Yeah, it's only bots. The bots are only doing a series of steps to take advantage of whatever opportunities presented to them. It's opportunistic AI. If none of those opportunities are there, they basically just do a random move. So they're only bots. They're not really that smart. But I'm curious, like, yeah, they've been spawning a lot of healers. A fair number of them. I think at some point one of them's going to spawn a wizard, and then we're going to end game. But they need to, like, not spend. They literally need to, like, chill out and not spend their gold. See, I don't see them doing it. I mean, I think what might help that is the fact that they have a lot of stuff built up, like barricades and towers, because then that is not one of the options they spend gold on, and instead they save, right? But yeah, this is nuts. They are totally dug in. And the AI's purpose is really only to fill in case humans aren't around to play this game. That's their only job. So they don't really need to be anything more than a filler player, really. They're hard enough to make it fun, but they're not really supposed to be that crazy tactical or strategic. So this is a case that shows off where I don't even want them to have the wherewithal to figure this out. They should kind of save their gold at times. That's one of the things they should be doing. But they're also paying attention to, how many troops does my opponent have, and let me try to balance that out. That plus some other things is making them spend their gold instead of save. Now, if they just retreated and hung out at the tree long enough, they wouldn't want to spend gold and recruit more troops. Meanwhile, they'd be saving gold. So if they just retreated a bit more often, that might do it. Yeah, so here's where, like, there's 2 towers. So if there's enemy troops at the front tower knocking it down, the second tower does have an angle on them. They can shoot them. The archers up there can get an angle on them and shoot them. But the ones at the top of that front tower are screwed. They can't do anything about it until now. Now we have pouring boiling oil, and that's going to be sweet. I totally want to put that in. Well, it's interesting. I mean, I know they're just bots, but they have shown me a few things about the game, because they just play a lot, and just by chance they show me things that I haven't seen yet. So it's interesting. Well, this is gonna go on, and I'm probably gonna watch it, frankly, but I don't need to stream it, do I? Probably not. I don't think anyone else cares, but But I'll tell you, just like, getting feedback from humans, watching the bots play helps me, well, I can tweak the AI for one thing. But also, like, kind of proves the point about the tuning that needs to happen and stuff. Check it out. Here's this archer in the middle of the field doing all kinds of havoc to the archer in the front tower. That's a significant move. If he can take out the archer in the top of the tower, on the front tower, even though he's going to die, that's significant, because if that side can't get enough archers up there in time, then this is a vulnerable tower. It's vulnerable if now they can advance with another archer to take out those in the back tower. That's really the way you can wear down these defenses. First thing you have to do is take out the archers at the top of the tower, and archers on the ground are really good at that. Oops. He's gone. But if he was there, that's what he was about to do. He's actually pretty good at it. Because what happens is the ones in the tower are shooting the forwardmost troops on the enemy side. This would be the marauders coming up to the barricade. So while they're busy doing that, the archers in the back take out the archers in the tower. That's how you do this. So this could be distilled into some rules that the AI follows to really solve this mid-game problem, because they are stuck. They're absolutely stuck right now. I mean, or they could just get enough gold and spawn a wizard. I swear, if one of them does spawn a wizard, this is going to be over in like 2 minutes. Even if all it does is like steal gold from the opponent, that's an imbalance, a huge imbalance. And any other spell would really throw it off balance and cause endgame for sure. Yeah, these guys need to retreat more. That might be something I do to the AI. Like I said, it's a series of checks to see if there's an opportunity. Otherwise, it's a random move. Well, I can sort of increase the chance in that random move of doing the saving of gold. There we go. These guys can take out the archers in the tower for sure. As long as there isn't a marauder up front, they'll target the archers in the tower. Yeah, this is why they've been stuck. It's because they keep attacking instead of retreating and holding for just a little bit. They definitely got enough gold to build towers, though. So they had enough gold to recruit wizards. Like, this is doable, but they're just not doing it. They're just attacking way too much, as opposed to holding or retreating. Now, in the beginning, in the opening of the game, that's a smart move. You can bum rush the enemy and finish the game quick. What I might need to do is implement something a little more complex, where it says this is a time when you're going to be aggressive, and this is a time when you're going to be defensive. because then it could be weighted more toward attacking or weighted more toward retreating or holding, and that would actually finish this. That would solve this issue where it's just completely stuck. So this is all minor tweaks to the AI. Yes, where pouring boiling oil would happen. Yeah, they just keep attacking. If they didn't do that, if they didn't keep attacking, they would have enough gold. There's already mechanisms in the AI to start spending a ton of gold if they have more than like 12, 15, things like that. But they're coming nowhere near that. They're just spending because they keep attacking and depleting their forces. If they only retreated more. Okay. So I might just increase the chances that they retreat more often. Perhaps even attack less often. And see if that helps, because I think we're observing why a couple of the games have been going for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. This has gone on for an hour, hasn't it? Yep. Wow. Before then, the longest match was 15 minutes. Yeah. That's so crazy. Some matches last a minute, some go an hour. That's insane. So, yeah. This is tricky stuff with AI. It's way too easy for an AI to get stuck, for example, like going back and forth between two choices. This is not that, but it is an example of how a complex set of rules, even though this is a very simple AI, a complex set of rules can result in something like stasis. I could see this going on for another hour easily. And it's just chance, you know. They are making some dumb moves with the healers, though. The healers are really like, they should be grouping up more often. Maybe hold more often, maybe retreat more often, maybe attack a little less often. Maybe that's what needs to happen. That would automatically get them to be saving more gold. And if they save too much gold, no big deal, because there will be mechanisms to get them spending. And, you know, aside from being a placeholder player for humans, the bot's secondary job is to show off the game. I think wizards need to be a part of that. All right. I mean, I'm going to keep this going. I'm totally going to keep this going. But I am going to, while that's going on, actually look at this AI, because I think it's like 3 places that I would tweak it. I don't want to ruin the good that they do at the opening of the matches, because they open pretty darn well. They are actually kind of tough. They are very aggressive. So what we're seeing is the result of what happens when that aggression transitions into mid-game. It's resulting in this stalemate. because there's other mechanisms set to build these defenses, and they're pretty good at it. But they're just way too aggressive in terms of, like, just attack is happening way too often. I wonder if there is actually a pretty simple solution to this. It's not a coding stream. I'm doing art, but I'm looking at this. While you're looking at the bots. Yeah, there's a few places where I tell it to hold, or I tell it to attack, or I tell it to retreat. And while this is not quite tuned, I have already gone over this several times to get it to where it is. So I'm going to be careful not to mess that up. That said, here is this really the one place I tell it to retreat? Okay. Well, yeah. It requires that some of the troops on the field need healing. Probably don't need to say that. So it's a very common thing to do if troops need healing. Specifically, it's troops who need healing, and there's a whole lot of enemy troops. Okay, that is one case where I would want them to retreat, but I'll bet we could do two. I bet we could just say, in general, you could retreat to save gold. And these two together is an increased chance they retreat. Okay. So I'm literally saying, if you don't have enough gold to buy a wizard, which is the most expensive thing, aside from the tower. I mean, the tower and the wizard are 11. So if you don't have 11, you have less than that, and there's this random chance, then yeah, retreat. This is after a whole bunch of other checks for things that we should really do. You know what? I'm also going to check to see if you do not have a free wizard. Yeah. No? Totally. This puts wizards on the field. Oh, this is a good idea. This is a good idea. Yep. I'm going to put it right here too. So there's a sequence of checks that the AI does to determine what it's going to do when it's making a decision about what to do. That sequence is important because it will take, early ones first before later ones. And then tweaking like that random chance of doing things. Tweaking the rules, the conditions in which it checks to see if it should do a thing or not. For example, if you don't already have a free wizard, right? That's one of the conditions I just added to this thing. If you don't have enough gold for a wizard and you don't have a wizard, right? That's a good reason to stop, retreat, save gold. I think that's going to put more wizards on the field. Now, there could be all kinds of problems with that. It's possible. I'll have to test it. And what I'd be looking for is, in general, more wizards. But also, is it retreating way too much at weird times? Like it's about to go win and it decides to retreat or something. If it starts doing that, I'm going to have to revisit it, like I have been the whole time. It started out as a very simple set of rules, like 5, 6. It's now about 24 rules. And it's not very efficient. I'm not caring about how efficient the AI is at this point. But so far it's doing the job. I like that it builds towers. I like that it shows off the game in these ways. I like that it shows off how overpowered the archers are, things like that, Okay, so there's a partially built barricade out there. If this player on the left spawns an engineer, the engineer is going to go, oh, there's a barricade, and runs out there and fixes it, finishes building. That's what they're made to do. Okay, this archer's doing good work here. Yeoman's work, no pun intended, because he's coming out there and taking out the archers in the tower. They're the only other troop that can do that. I mean, unless you just bum rush the tower and destroy the tower. Yeah, this is going to go on and on and on. So hopefully this fix does something to encourage wizard spawning in general, which would make this hour-long game much less likely. I do like that there are longer games and shorter games, but this is absolutely stuck. I mean, eventually there's going to be a couple of random moves that set it in motion and suddenly one side is imbalanced and it'll turn out okay. But this is crazy town long. This is a long match. And I think the bots should be a little smarter. I'll tell you, humans know. If I can spawn a wizard, please do. Give me a wizard. And just, if nothing else, just to see the effects and play with the spells. But all of those spells are ridiculously overpowered. They're designed to trigger endgame. Here's the engineer. Gonna finish the barricade. Done. Well, okay. I think I'm going to end stream just because it's been a while. I'm technically past my scheduled time. It looks like the bots are kind of stuck. It's fun to watch them, but I think we're, you know. Yeah, these healers are going to heal the archers in the tower. This is going to go on forever. This is going to go on forever. So, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. But, what I have in place to fix the AI, or to tweak the AI, there's nothing wrong with the AI. I mean, there's nothing technically wrong with having a very, very, very long game and being dug in and trying to get through. But they are clearly missing some opportunities here. Like, opportunistic AI should take opportunity, and the opportunity here is to simply sit back, collect enough gold, spawn a wizard, finish the game. Because you could do that. Be interesting to see them both try to do that, actually. So, fun. We do fun things. We make games. And we're going to continue to make games. We're going to go back to a game we started in the beginning of the year. A battle card game called Shuffle Wars. And we're going to do a bunch of art for it. It's going to likely go right through the holidays and on to the next year. This game is going to be up the whole time because while I'm doing boring stuff, chat can play games. They can play this game. They can play against the bots or they can play against each other. It's a 2-player game for chat. And so, until next time, do well, be good, stay safe. Eat your vegetables, check your corners, reload your mags, drink water, get good rest. See ya.